Hey y'all, welcome back to all my current subscribers. So I wanted to, my name is Lakeisha, by the way, if it's your first time here. So I wanted to share a dream with you guys that I had on January 30th, 2022. And then on today, February 9th, 2022, I had another similar dream. And then my son ended up waking up and telling me that he had a dream as well. And remind you guys, we haven't had any dreams for a very, very long time, as far as like end times and stuff like that. So the dreams were very, very similar. And I found that very, very, very interesting. So it's like 3 dreams, and they were all kind of like similar, same, or whatnot. And so I believe that these dreams are definitely prophetic. So please bear with me because I never edited you know, when I wrote it out. I just left it as is because honestly I wasn't planning on sharing it until the Lord laid it upon my heart. But then today I received the dream this morning, and my son received a similar dream this morning. So the first dream, all right, so I was in an old area in which I used to live in, and a fire had started out in what seemed to be, like I said, an old home. There were people there, which I think that it was family or people who I know or who I have crossed paths with before there. I'm not sure if they were traps or what. But I know that the house had caught fire and everything else around it. When I say everywhere, you guys, like everywhere. It was like stuff exploding everywhere. Everywhere. When I say everywhere, it was everywhere. I mean, everything was exploding. Windows was busting out from the flames. And I remember like when the fire had initially like broke out, I remember like looking over to my left, and like where I used to live, it was like this business. It was called like Oil Exchange or something like that. And I remember seeing like the windows. I just heard the windows just like shattering, and the flames or the explosions or whatever like was it. I don't know. It busted out all the windows and yeah. So then the flames was reaching everywhere and everything except me was on fire. Like everything that I can remember seeing in the dream was on fire. The fire, I remember like when when windows was busting out from the flames, and I remember like when the fire had initially like broke out, I remember like looking over to my left, and like where I used to live, it was like this business. It was called like Oil Exchange or something like that. And I remember seeing like the windows. I just heard the windows just like shattering, and the flames or the explosions or whatever like was it. I don't know. It busted out all the windows and yeah. So then the flames was reaching everywhere and everything except me was on fire. Like everything that I can remember seeing in the dream was on fire. The fire was trying to come to me but couldn't. People that I knew, and they didn't live in that area for some reason in the dream, like they lived in another city, but in the dream it was showing me like their house exploding, and their house, it seemed to be in that city, but that's not where they currently live. All those houses was exploding with fire. It seems like everything in the world was exploding from these fires that was happening all at the same time. It was super crazy, beyond unbelievable. People were on fire, running around. Then I remember a girl coming up to me. And I believe I knew her in the dream or who she was or whatnot. But I don't remember, like, but I don't remember. I didn't, you know, after I had the dream and upon waking up and trying to write it down, I didn't remember who she was. But in the dream, I did know who she was. And she said something like, you were on point with everything you've been saying, or something to the nature. And I replied, I said something, but I don't remember what I had said. And I'm not sure if I said Jesus is coming or what, but I knew in the dream this was it, and the end was here. Okay, so that was that dream from, oh yeah, not to mention there was a police station in the area as well, and I can't remember, but I believe so. Like the police station, everything, you guys, was blowing up. It was blowing up. Everything. It was like, it was crazy. It was very, very crazy. So that's the dream from then. And then this morning, at 4:59, I was awakened. And so I saw this flame outside of my house somehow. Like, it was some way I was able, like, to see that this is like a fire or something going on outside. So I go outside, and it was me and some family. My niece and nephew were laying on the floor in my current room. I believe my daughter's father was there, so I think we had started arguing or something. I don't remember. But and I'm sorry I didn't edit this one either, but I was like halfway asleep, y'all. So but let me see. So like my fence lining and my grill was on fire. However, it started going out a little after me and my son started speaking in tongues. And I don't know how all these family members, but they ended up outside in the backyard too. And for some reason, I was like kind of like, I wasn't scared at all. I was actually in peace, but I was still like trying to figure out like what was going on, like what was happening or something. Like I was just like, we were in shock. Like I was in shock, put it like that. And because it was like, that scene was so like, it was scary, you guys. So we are all outside, and y'all, the skies was catching fire everywhere. When I say everywhere, everywhere. It was like bombs, like I've never heard. I remember telling them like, y'all, this is it, or something like that. It was so much like happening, like with the fires. It was like they were like producing things in the air. Like I don't know what was going on, you guys. I don't know what was going on, but there was like explosions. Like it was like once the fire had kind of like started fading away around my fence or whatever, like I was just looking up, and it was just like literally explosions everywhere. When I say everywhere, y'all, it was, when I woke up to write this dream down, I could still hear the bombs and stuff still going off in my head, like, but I was not scared. I was actually at peace in the dream. And when I woke up, I wasn't like, my heart wasn't racing. I wasn't scared or anything, but I was, y'all, it was like, it was crazy. So, let me see. So after that, another explosion happened, and out of that, this horse was released from this explosion, and I remember seeing the horse galloping across the sky. the horse was galloping across the sky. And so I believe it was like a dark colored horse and whatnot. But once I went and looked it up in scripture, I believe it was the red fiery horse that was talked about in the book of Revelation. I believe that's what the Lord was leading me to. I looked when my son had looked, and I heard something like, and then out came one of like the horses from the book of Revelation. It was something to the nature. I don't remember. And I remember coming in my house, telling my daughter's dad, like, you remember when I told you you would be here, but you wouldn't make it back home? Which I think at that time, I was talking about a dream that I had previously to this dream that has nothing to do with this dream. It was a different type of dream. And it had started snowing. And when I seen the snow, I knew in the dream he wouldn't be going back home because the first rapture would have taken place. And he said something like, no, I don't remember. And I was like, that's because you don't pay attention to what I be saying, which I don't know if that was a warning to him or what. But anyways, the dream was super, super intense. I heard the bombs and stuff still going off after I woke up to write this down. And it didn't leave out of my mind for a little bit of time. Like, it was a little minute before it left. When I say there was explosions after explosions in the sky, I mean, I seen things busting up inside the skies. Big, ginormous booms. Like, I'm surprised that I didn't wake up with my heart racing. Like I said, I felt like I was at peace. I felt at peace in the dream. I heard rain, but I don't remember seeing rain outside. And I even heard the loudest thunders I've ever heard. The loudest thunders from outside the house. I don't know if it was coming from the explosions or what. I believe the fire in the grill was like symbolic for being contained, because that's what I felt in my spirit when I had woke up. So maybe the Lord was saying that the fire around my house was, contained, and it wouldn't like catch onto my house, because my house never caught fire or anything, but everything else was on fire. The skies was like, it wasn't, I don't remember, in this dream, I didn't see no houses, I didn't see no buildings or nothing like that blowing up, but the skies was blowing up. I don't know what was going on. I don't know. And that's where my son's dream come in at, because I feel like he had the part of the dream like the rest of the dream, because I woke up out of the dream because I was like, once I seen that horse galloping across out of that explosion, like, I knew I had to wake up and like start writing this down, because I didn't want to forget anything. And if I would have waited later on in the day to write it down, or waited till I woke up from the dream, I probably wouldn't have remembered that part. So I felt the Lord was letting me see the horse come out to let me know that this is from the book of Revelation, the second seal. Okay? And like I said, this is the second dream that I've had in less than a week or so, about explosions and fires and the world just seeming like it's exploding and fires everywhere and thunders like I never heard. And it was like, it had to be the end. And I also felt in my spirit that it had something to do with destruction. Like, yeah. And then after I wrote all this down and I tried to lay back down, I heard in my spirit, I'm holding these things back right now, but that's what's to come. So I'm going to go ahead and let my son tell his dream, and you guys, please take it to the Lord for your own confirmations. But I'm telling you guys, like, I've never had a dream like this in my life. Like, these dreams, especially the second one, both of them was actually intense, but okay, you gotta wait. They both actually were intense, but this one, I just, like, it felt so real. Like, the other one felt so real too, but you guys, I don't know, but people better wake up, get ready, because something is about to go down. I'm gonna go ahead and let him tell his dream.
I was down by the driveway, and then I started seeing Yeah, like she said, they like missiles exploding in the sky. It was like a whole bunch of them being fired though at once, and like the sky was red or the clouds. And then I went in the house, and my sister, she was yelling to us. She was yelling to everybody to go downstairs in my mom's room. But then I heard these sirens go off. It's a special siren that Israel uses to defend their country. Country. So yeah, I heard them sirens. Then I thought we were in Israel because the U.S. doesn't have those. But we were at the house we were at now, so that confused me.
Okay, so what was you saying earlier about like what you think it meant about the interception or whatever it's called?
Yeah, you were talking about that about the post that you seen.
Oh yeah, okay. Hold on, pause real quick. So there was a post that I had seen yesterday, and it was a real quick post. It was like, I didn't even read the whole post, but it was something about Israel. There was like some missile or something fired over there, and the interceptor, what is it called? Interceptors? The thing that intercepts the missiles and whatever, the alarm thing or whatever, it did not go off. So when I was telling my son about that, he was saying what you are saying now.
I was talking about because in her dream she said when she like turned around, like random houses and that oil thing started exploding. I was saying, what if that, because the siren that I heard in my dream then Israel, what if it was that, but the missile interceptors didn't hit the incoming missiles, so that caused, that let the other missiles bypass so it could hit whatever you said. I said that was about the explosions being in the sky because you hear thunder, but it was no rain.
Yeah, because I don't remember seeing rain in my dream. But you said it was nighttime in your dream?
Yeah, I think so. Or it could have just been all the smoke because it was so much fire and explosions.
Right. And then what was interesting is after we both had talked about our dreams earlier today, I went to like my little news where I get some of my news from, and I had ran into this, and I found that very interesting because of the dreams we had just had. So this is from today, February 9th. It says location Abu, what's it called? Dubai. There are reports of a possible missile or drone strike having occurred over Abu Dhabi, UAE. I'm not for sure what that stands for. I think the last is Emirate, but I'm not for sure. But anyway, today, February 9th, 2022, the embassy advises U.S. citizens to immediately follow the safety actions listed below and stay alert in case of additional future attacks. Actions to take. If you hear a loud explosion, immediately seek cover. If in a home or a building, go to the lowest level of the structure with the fewest exterior walls, windows, and openings. Close any doors and sit near an interior wall away from any windows or openings. What you want to say?
And then about the go downstairs, that's what Tinasha.
Yeah, and so my other daughter was telling my son, like, he said that she was just yelling.
At everybody.
She was yelling at everybody, like, go downstairs and get all your stuff. Go downstairs and go downstairs. Like, trying to go down to the lower levels of the house. And this is what they're saying in this thing that was released today, February 9th, 2022. They also said if you are outdoors, immediately seek cover in a hardened structure. If that is not possible, lie down and cover your head with your hands. Be aware that even if the incoming missile or drone is intercepted, falling debris represents a significant risk. After the attack, stay away from any debris and monitor major news outlets for official guidance. So let me remind you guys what Revelation 6:3 is titled. the second seal, and it has war next to it. When he, the Lamb, broke the second seal, I heard the second living creature call out, "Come." And another, a fiery red horse of bloodshed, came out, and its rider was empowered to take peace from the earth, so that men will slaughter one another, and a great sword of war and violent death was given to him. I don't know. You guys take it to the Lord for your own confirmations. I just wanted to make sure that I got this out there and shared this. You guys, it is like we are in some serious times, and if you have not made the decision to accept Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, today is the day to do that. Not now, but right now. So that's all I have for you guys right now. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord let his face shine upon you. May the Lord be gracious to you. May the Lord show you favor and give you peace. As always, I love you guys, and remember that God loves you more. Until next time, you guys stay blessed, and shalom.